Today on Alcohol Academy, it's Whiskey Wednesday, and we're reviewing cinnamon whiskey.
Welcome to Alcohol Academy, where we teach you to drink better. Today, as Aaron said, we're doing cinnamon whiskeys. When I first heard that we were doing Whiskey Wednesday, I got really excited because I'm the bourbon whiskey guy. I love it, that's my thing. Now, I don't generally go for cinnamon whiskeys, so that kind of piqued my interest. That's very interesting to me. I'm looking forward to trying out a few things that I don't normally go for. Let's get going.
Alright, so I'm going to go first. We're doing this with all of the whiskeys chilled. We're just going to do small shots, just like we do in our normal taste tests. We are going to be scoring them out of 10 so that we can give them a ranking and tell you which one we liked best overall. You never know, John and I could have a different opinion. Let's get it started. Here's shot number 1. So just color-wise, we're not going to go through the whole thing, but color-wise, it looks a lot like a kind of light apple juice. Smells kind of a sweet cinnamon, like Big Red, kind of the gum. All right, let's give it a shot. Very silky mouthfeel, a little syrupy. Pretty good, nice warm burny, not very strong cinnamon. Kind of a funky aftertaste in there. So 10 is our big perfect. I'm gonna give that a 6. Shot number 2. All right, this one's immediately darker. Whoa, that doesn't even smell like cinnamon. It smells like a sweet, like vanilla cream, kind of. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. Like I said, this is it has a really creamy texture to it. It's got kind of the same viscous as the number 1, viscous consistency, but the color's slightly different, and it's got a smooth something to it, this is like cinnamon vanilla liqueur, maybe, or whiskey. It's got something different. I'm gonna give this a 6.5, just a bump up. I like the addition. It adds some character. It's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, that's that liquor or whatever this is. But yeah, 6.5 for number 2. Number 3, darker still than the last one, which was darker than the first one. Again, it doesn't smell like whiskey or cinnamon. I don't know. Whiskey has such that particular smell, and cinnamon should be so strong. Just very light, very pleasant aroma. Let's try this one. Immediately, same viscous texture, all 3 in a row. A little more of a whiskey flavor for this one. Actually tastes kind of like the alcohol that it says it is. Cinnamon is really well balanced. I like this. Ooh, kind of metallic aftertaste. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8. Number 4. So this one about the same color as the second one, slightly lighter than the third. That smells like pool cleaner and cinnamon. It's got something going on. Let's give it a shot. That's the most balanced shot of them all. It's not as viscous, it's a little more water. I can tell you right now, this is Jack Daniel's. The reason I say that, it tastes exactly like Jack Daniel's with a little hint of cinnamon. The other 3, I guess Fireball's, it's kind of its own thing. And so is the other one that's not Fireball or to the Jim Beam. This tastes the most like its actual whiskey plus a little bit of cinnamon flavor. I hope I'm right, but it tastes just like Jack Daniel's. Yeah, but it does have a funky smell. You gotta kind of get over the smell, I think, to get it down, but very balanced. I'm gonna give this shot, number 4, an 8.5.
All right, guys. So I'm excited to give this a try. Just do want to say that after each shot, Aaron did this, and I'm going to be doing this, cleansing our palates with water after each shot, and then having a couple crackers. I'm going to dive in and check out my first shot here. Classic cinnamon smell coming off of that. As I said before, I love whiskey, bourbon. That's when it comes to alcohol, that is my thing. I'm not too versed in cinnamon whiskeys, but the one that I do know really well is Fireball. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this probably is Fireball. It has that smell. I used to have a friend, we'd go to parties, we just carry this bottle of Fireball just between the two of us and just down it. And Man, this makes me think of it. I may be making a total fool of myself, but I think this is Fireball, so I'm just gonna give it a taste now. At first, I thought the taste corroborated what I was guessing, but man, as that sits, it seems a little bit lighter. I still think that's Fireball. If you're drinking a cinnamon whiskey, you're not necessarily wanting that much of a whiskey taste to it. I'm gonna give this a solid 8. Shot number 2. Whoa! I barely got that to my nose, and there's just powerful smell. Again, like the last one, good classic cinnamon smell. It's just a little bit stronger. Yeah, we can taste that. This one's a little bit thicker. The last one was really light. This one definitely is more viscous. Again, not very strong taste off of it. Just a bunch of cinnamon. Like, there's not much to say about it compared to the last one. I will give it a little bit higher of a rating though, because it is a little bit fuller bodied, and I like that. So I'm gonna go 8.5 with this one. All right, and the third shot, right off the bat, before I even bring it to smell, this one looks clearer. That's a very interesting color. It's very small notes of cinnamon coming off of the nose of that. Yeah, this is even lighter than the first one that I tasted, that I smelled, that I thought was really light. All right, now when it comes to taste, whew, that smell did not betray at all how strong that is. Ooh, that's heavy. I'm feeling that in my whole face. Yeah, definitely a lot stronger. The end of it, the bite at the end of it, has a little bit more of the whiskey taste to it than cinnamon taste to it. This is a tough one. Again, this all comes down to preference, and I am a whiskey and bourbon guy. I kind of like the little bit more of whiskey taste to this one, so it's getting a 9. All right, and now for the last one. Darker than the previous one. Ooh. That smells really nice. Less of a cinnamon smell to it, a little bit more of a whiskey smell to it, which I'm not going to complain about at all. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and guess that that's the Jack Daniel's one as well. That tastes great. Just enough of a cinnamon twist to it to make it a cinnamon whiskey, but a lot thicker of an alcohol flavor to that, a lot more whiskey coming off of that. That's my favorite one. That's getting a 10.
Alright guys, so just remember that this was a blind taste test and individual tastes matter. I like Jack.
And I like Jim.
Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe below. And if you have a favorite cinnamon whiskey that we missed, or just one of the 4 that we tested, put it in the comments down below and let's hear what you have to say.
And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter. Links are in the description below.